turning your passion into your job sounds like a dream come true, right? If you're a passionate photographer, you will eventually ask yourself the question, whether you want to turn your photography into your job. And there is good reasons for that. Like, first of all, you are passionate about photography, I assume, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. And second, you are, given you're passionate, also good at what you do. So this already gives you a very solid foundation to think about this question. But in today's video, I want to give you a little bit more of a nuanced view of why turning your photography into your job may not actually be that great of an idea. So I would say, let's get started. The first aspect you need to consider is that by turning your photography into your profession, you effectively lose photography as your hobby. And that has really, really important considerations. As a hobbyist photographer, you just photograph whatever you like to photograph. You follow your own creative vision that you improve upon. But once photography turns into your profession, it basically turns into an assignment. It turns into a mission of something that you must complete. And once you must complete something, it becomes an obligation. And once it's an obligation, photography is not necessarily that fun anymore. And this is not only limited to photography, but to any aspects of life as well. Like, basically, I'm an academic, so I read journal articles for fun. Yeah, no shit, I actually do read them for fun. But once a supervisor of mine actually assigns a reading to me, so I must read it, it's something I have to do, the same reading that I would otherwise have read for fun is now not as fun anymore. Once your hobby becomes an obligation, it means that it's less fun, which is probably the very reason why you pursue photography in the first place, because it should be fun, it should be enjoyable, it should be fulfilling, and it should probably be a counterbalance to an otherwise tiring, exhausting job. And now you may argue, yes, but Pitt, can't you just do photography professionally and do your own personal photography in your free time next to your job as a photographer? And theoretically that works. And I actually know people who do this and are actually very good at doing this. What I personally have found is that when I already spend most of my days dealing with cameras in one way, shape or form, I'm less likely to also pick cameras up in my free time, and I would rather do something that serves as like a healthy counterbalance to my camera heavy job. So I do something like, for instance, having coffee with friends, going for long walks, and most of the time my camera actually stays home because I just want to have a healthy alternative to my exposure to cameras. And this is actually also a good transition into the elephant in the room, which is that when I don't pursue photography as a hobby anymore and I just do the same repetitive assignments, I basically stop growing as a photographer. And don't get me wrong, through my job as a content creator photographer, I have learned many super useful skills. For instance, video editing, video color grading, scripting. Also, talking in front of the camera has become so much better the more I do this, but purely my photography. So the very thing that made me start this YouTube channel in the first place is actually being a bit neglected, because obviously all the ideas and thoughts that I share on this channel are super useful for my audience, but I share them because I already know them. And since I'm not using my free time to actually commit to pushing my own creative ideas and my creative vision, I actually found that my photography, ever since I have this channel, has actually stagnated a bit. Yes, it's improving, but it's not improving at the speed I would like it to improve. And I would even go as far as to say that if you were to purely do photography as a hobby, so you just commit a few hours per week to just freely create whatever you want to, you actually find your photography to progress faster because you're more likely to push your own boundaries. And there is ways to alleviate this. Like, for instance, sometimes I do publish a POV video, which is basically just me photographing and showing what I photograph just for myself. And this is enriching, but I feel like there is a strong argument to be made that if you're a hobbyist photographer, so you totally separate your photography from your work, you actually enable yourself to go out for multiple hours per week to just pursue and grow your own craft. And honestly, some of my favorite photographers, like for instance Aaron Jam or Billy D, are actually photographers who don't photograph full time. They do this in their free time next to a regular 9 to 5 job. So I feel like there is a good argument to be made that if you're purely a hobby photographer and commit multiple hours per week to developing your own craft, you actually end up being a better photographer than if you were to do photography professionally. The next point I try to make is that many people also have a wrong perception of what professional photography actually means, because they have this idealistic idea in the back of their head that you actually deal with cameras most of the time. But in reality, this is a bit misleading because yes, I, for instance, record this video right now. So yes, I'm involved with a camera, I guess, but most of the time, like 90% of the time, what you do is actually not really about the camera itself, but it's doing other more bureaucratic things, I would say. To give you like an insight into what I, for instance, do 90% of the time is either scripting a video, designing a thumbnail, it is editing a video, like the editing part takes so long, and it is mostly activities that have, oh, I forgot taxes. Tax matters are also quite fun. Or negotiating new business deals, for instance. And it's aspects that have nothing really to do with a camera per se. So 90% of the time, I am, for instance, busy doing bureaucratic tasks, and only 10% of the time I actually have a camera in my hand and go out photograph. And as demonstrated in the previous point, these 10% are often also not me just creating freely, but mostly again creating according to a schedule. So this idealized thinking that professional photography is actually about you using the camera most of the time is, at least in my experience, misleading. And most of the time what I do has very little to do with actual photography. And this again proves my previous point that many hobbyist photographers may actually spend more time creating and using their camera in practice than actual professional photographers. And then finally, I'd like to briefly talk about money, because when you pursue photography for a living, you can certainly earn a decent living from it. In my case, I just do photography as my part-time job because next to it, I'm a full-time student. I'm about to finish my master's degree and I'm possibly going to start a PhD in a few months. But honestly, even if I were to push my business full-time, I could certainly earn a decent living, but honestly, it is significantly lower than what I would earn if I were to pursue what I actually studied and I have degrees for. So in other words, I feel like there is a strong argument to be made that a 9 to 5 job unrelated to photographer is not only a safer choice, but also a choice that actually may bring you in more disposable income than just purely doing photography professionally. And of course, that additional disposable income that you earn through your 9 to 5 job, you can actually invest in your hobby, into your photography. Like for instance, investing in education. This is probably the first thing you were thinking about when talking about photography related investments, right? But no, of course, you can also buy into super fancy gear. And this also explains why many hobbyist photographers that I know have sometimes significantly more expensive and fancier cameras than I have myself as an alleged pro photographer. And this actually brings us back to the big overarching question of today's video, which is whether you should become a professional photographer yourself. And honestly, the answer is, as always, it depends. Because, well, I wanted to show you the dark side of professional photography and specifically content creation. There is, of course, many advantages to it. And the best way to find out for yourself whether you actually like to become a professional photographer is by trying it out yourself. You may, for instance, try to get as a second shooter into the wedding industry, build a portfolio, maybe do a few portrait sessions to enhance your portfolio and just see what you like. I, for instance, did all of these 3 things and then later I realized it was nothing for me. So I got into content creation and this is basically what I'm doing right now because I like it more than to actually work on photography assignments and have slightly more flexibility. So the best way to know and figure out for yourself is to try it for yourself. And obviously, as always, everything I share in today's video is only my own subjective opinion and experience of doing professional photography for 3 years. So if you're a photographer who is either a professional or aspiring to be a professional, I would honestly love to hear your experience, because it can be equally enriching not only for me, but also for my broader YouTube community. And with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today's video, and I hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.